Hey, how's it going? Ohio Stable Garage here. Well, you guys know that already. But we're going to be taking a break from the box, and we're going to start working on this fender here. I kind of want to get a bead on how this fender is going to look on the rest of the cab, and I kind of want to get a bead on how much we're going to have to widen this guy out. So, you know, it works good. We got a lot of work to do on this one. There's tons of Bondo on this that first has to come off before anything. Then we can kind of see what we're dealing with it's a steel, and then from there on, we can build off of it. So, tons of work to do, and let's get at it because we don't got a lot of time to do it. So, welcome to Ohio Stable Garage. It should turn out pretty good there. I don't have to widen it a lot because when I put this up here, let me see here, let me put her up. That's our gappage, and I don't know if you can see that there. I actually can't. But it's touching the tire and we're almost there. So I would say if I don't know, all said and done, if I came out maybe an inch and a half, we should have no problem with tire rubbage or fender rubbage or anything like that. I know we're kind of jumping around a little bit on this back section, but you know, curiosity is gonna kill the cat maybe, and I just really want to see what this fender looks like. So let me make a table of some kind, maybe even put it on that hood. We got to wire wheel that sucker before we do anything, so let's get at it. Easy to look at this and think that we skipped ahead quite a number of hours to get this guy on here, but we didn't. Just a couple hot tacks. Don't get crazy now, because we have to modify the width on this. As you can see, I can't even get my fingers in. We basically got to widen it. I think it's 1.5 inches roughly. We'll see. But I have it tacked onto the bed right now. We're gonna kind of do what we did with the front section. That seems to work out good. You get it kind of squared up where you want, and then you go from there. But what we're going to do, we're going to cut that out. Basically, I measured 2 inches off. Then we're going to slice it down and make a filler panel that will extend out, basically. And then we can weld this section back to it. That will extend our entire fender, allow our wheel to come in and out, and then we can break our tacks and work on the patchwork and all that stuff on the fender. But we got to make it so it can fit on the truck first. That's the main priority. So I already marked it. Let me bring you guys in. I'll show you where we're cutting, and then we're going to start slinging some discs. So there you go, right here. As you can see, I got a line along the entire fender. Basically, where it's nice and flat, makes it easy for me. We're going to cut that with the zip disc, nothing fancy. Then I can kind of play around and see what distance I want from the center line to there, center line of my wheel, how far I want to come out with this for my gap. Basically, we need enough that when the wheel travels a little bit sideways, when it goes up, it's going to kick out just a tiny bit. We need enough room that it's not going to rub into this fella. So, let me get the zip disc. Zip, zip. We'll cut that out real quick. We just got to figure out how wide we want to extend this guy. I'm kind of thinking something like that, where I can pretty much get my whole hand back there. Yeah, I kind of like that, just like that. Let's see how much distance that is. Looking like it's going to be 1.75 inches. Tell you honest truth. So if we do 3/4 inch extension on this fender, it's going to leave roughly, you know, 3/4 of a fist of clearance between the side, fender, and that. Which I think is plenty, because that will even let us upstage this tire down the road for those four-wheel Hoosiers I've been talking about. They've got the El Cheapos kind of going on right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to measure off the length of this, basically, string or with the measuring tape off camera. Then we're going to go over to our piece of steel, and we're going to basically do 1.75 inches along the entire thing. Or I might actually do 2 inch, that way I can do an overlap and then a cut and butt technique. So, let me measure that. I'll see you guys at the cut, and then we'll come right back here. There, I actually left quite a large overlap on both sides. We're going for 1.75 inches. I went with 2 inch. That way I can kind of tuck it up underneath here, spot weld it, then cut and butt, then cut and butt. Should work out pretty good. So let me get this fender out of the way. We really don't need him in here right now. We just got to focus on that one. So let me start tacking. Let me start welding up some stuff. Then we're going to bring that guy back, cut and butt. So let's get at it. So just a small screw up. We made that go in a little bit too much on the bottom. Our original panel here. Oops, shouldn't have done that. Basically, when it twisted down, I didn't account for that. I should have made it wider at the bottom, but that's okay. So we'll just have to do a pie shape there, and then same thing over here. But that gives us our thickness on what we need, which works out pretty good. So now, time to make my pie pieces, do a little bit of cut and butt action. We won't seam weld it fully, but a little bit of cut and butt, we should be all set up. So there you go, guys. That's basically it. Overlapped weld. Still got a little bit of a boo-boo there and a little bit of boo-boo there, as I said. But I think that turned out pretty good, tell you the honest truth. It's kind of bringing the whole truck together, which makes me curious on how it will look with that front section on. Maybe we should go put that on. Pretty good that we don't have to worry about the paint on this thing. Whew. Now we just gotta try to line it up. Oh jeez. You're gonna watch me get guillotined. Alright, those bolts are just kind of placeholders for now. Let's see how we did now that there's tires under it. Ooh, geez. Yeah, we kind of screwed the pooch, didn't we? It looks awesome. But obviously we kind of screwed the pooch up a little bit on the front tires, the front, area. When we set up the wheel wells, we only set it up with basically rims, and we had to measure off on those, but turns out we made it way too small for that wheel. So I'm going to have to basically go back in there and remodify that little guy. This side isn't nearly as bad, just a little bit of height that we got to reconstitute, but we're going to have to basically come back here, add a lot more travel, even up in through here, which is going to be quite tight. It's starting to come together
as a truck, which is really, really awesome, because it's been a long, long time this has not even looked like a truck. Really, really crazy. But we're gonna have to do something with that whole front end. Basically, you're just balloon out those fenders. We'll figure it out, don't worry about that. But yeah, check that out.
So obviously we're gonna have to do a few things, like the bed still has to come down. We gotta make our side skirt pieces, do the cab work a little bit, make our huge running board. But this side here is starting to look like a truck again. The shape's kind of there, which is wild for just a bunch of parts and, you know, just an idea. I'm going to do a lot of this welding later on, just kind of put the earbuds in and just zone out, because there's a lot of track width going. But I'm not going to do anything that you guys are going to miss out on, just basically just the seam welded. We'll do the front end and all that stuff on another day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one really, really soon. Alright, see ya.